cc cafe racer is a really fun thing. What is bad about the bike? Okay, so let me see, 8.7 kilowatts of power, which means that in first gear, especially when you're carrying your friend on the back, it can be very, very flat in first gear. But second gear, third gear, it gets up. Cruising speed 60 to 70, maybe 75 kilometers an hour maximum. I have no need in Vietnam to take it much further, and most of my day doing between 20 and 30 kilometers an hour. For getting around the small things, it's just perfect. Now for the bad things. What I find with the Brixton is, firstly, it's not Chinese made, it's made in Malaysia. If you look at the history of the company, you will see that the company is actually, I believe, from Germany, and they make the bikes in Malaysia. So therefore, some of the components on the bike are rather low quality. Already at 6,000 kilometers, I've had to change the front and rear chain bearings because they were making a lot of noise and they were loose. Sure, it only cost me $35 or something, but there are a number of things like that on the bike that you go, oh geez, the quality is not quite there. However, this is where the idea of buying a used bike is probably better than buying a new one, because once you change those things with aftermarket genuine parts, bit of a conundrum there, you find that the bike actually runs a lot better. I must have gained, I reckon I gained about 10% horsepower just by changing the front and rear bearings on my chain. It was it was like a new bike. One of the other things I don't like about the bike is the speedo and instrument panel. In the daytime, it's very hard to see if you're in neutral. It's very hard to see if your indicators are actually on or off. So one of my things I intend doing is to upgrade the speedo and instrument panel to something a bit bigger and a bit brighter so I can see it during the day. In the nighttime, it's just perfect. So all up, a beautiful ride, well worth the money at about 60 million brand new. I got mine for almost half that price, and it was only 2 years old with 5,000 Ks on the clock. Brixton is, I think, a good brand. I think you'll enjoy riding it. I think it rides pretty smooth and it's easy to get around in traffic. I probably wouldn't do too much highway travelling with it, because as a 150cc it probably doesn't get itself much above that 70 km/h mark. Guys, my baby, excuse those dogs barking everywhere. So I reckon buy one. If you want to enjoy your ride, if you want to have fun when you get around town, whether you're in anywhere in Southeast Asia, England, some parts of Europe, probably wouldn't say yes for places like Australia and similar, where the roads are all basically 80 kilometres, 100 kilometres an hour. Probably not that type of bike. You'd want to go for that bigger one, which I think is the 500cc Brixton, which is not available or just been released in Vietnam, and I haven't seen it yet. Wouldn't mind having a look though. Classic style, they look good, people look at you and they like the bike. I like the bike. I think I feel good riding on it. And I like getting around town when I get to work or go and see friends. I just get around town and I feel good on it. Good stopping. The brakes I think the brakes on it are amazing actually, probably the best part. Really good stopping power, takes off okay. As I said earlier, a couple of problems. I had bearing problems and the like. A couple of these little things up here, like the handlebars and that, the components, some of them, not all of them, some of them feel a little bit tacky. Your indicator buttons and that, they look very cheap. But I actually got used to them. When I first seen them, I went, oh, I don't like these look too cheap. But once you get used to using them, they're actually pretty good. For example, because of the problem with the instrument panel, having a cheaper indicator button, it actually allows me to see the position of it and see whether my indicators are on without having to look at the instrument panel, because I can't see it when it's sunny. I'll definitely be upgrading the instrument panel and getting something that's a bit bigger with some good bright lights so I can see it on a sunny day. Also wearing glasses, it makes it a little bit harder as well when you're wearing glasses. As you can see, I've already got a box on the back of it for carrying things. Thinking about getting some side saddles as well, because you've got to carry your raincoat and stuff here, gym gear and the like, and I'm not one for carrying backpacks unless it's only a very short trip. So there's the Brixton, guys. If you're thinking about it, try one. Overlook the few little things that are cheaper, and expect that when you're paying, when you buy the bike, that you're going to probably spend, I'd say 15% of the price of the bike on upgrades over the first year, 18 months, just to get those cheap components upgraded to good components, and the bike's going to run fantastic. I met a guy who done over 30,000 Ks on his bike the other day at the bike shop, and he said it's just fantastic. Once he upgraded all those little bits and pieces that weren't so good, he said the bike ran amazing. So guys, if you want to have some fun, get around town, not have to ride one of those boring old Honda scooters, get yourself a Brixton, you'll have fun, yeah? Thanks for talking. Have a great day. See you next time. Bye-bye.